Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So as I reported earlier, the WBC, they decided to create a new belt that will allow Canelo Alvarez to avoid whoever he wants to, mainly Jermall Charlo, and he can fight whoever he wants to. At the same time, they basically elevated Jermall Charlo to a full-time WBC champion, if you will, releasing all obligations for Canelo Alvarez to face his #1 mandatory Jermall Charlo. The WBC franchise belt is not a real belt. In fact, it really made no sense when the WBC tried to explain what the actual belt was. They described it as if it was some type of lifetime achievement award. But once again, the main thing we need to be aware of is there are no mandatory requirements. So that means, once again, Canelo Alvarez, he does not have to fight anyone that he doesn't want to fight. He can duck whoever he wants to duck. He can fight whoever he wants to fight. So when Jermall Charlo heard about this news, he reacted by saying, okay, well, I'm going to go after Canelo's franchise belt. And that's really going to frustrate the WBC when they hear Jermall Charlo say that. Matter of fact, I can't wait to hear how they're going to respond to that when Jermall says, well, I want to go after the franchise belt. Because, of course, the WBC, they thought this would solve the problem. They wanted to protect Canelo Alvarez from Jermall Charlo, but they understood Jermall was the #1 mandatory for Canelo for so long, they were going to either have to strip Canelo Alvarez or force Canelo Alvarez to fight against Jermall Charlo. And they didn't want to do either one. So that's when they came up with this idea to once again just make this man a champion and create this belt where he doesn't have to fight any mandatories. But the whole thing is, if you're a champion and you don't have to fight the middleweights that are lined up in the top 10, how are you a champion? So while Jermall Charlo and all the other champions are going to fight their #1 mandatories, Canelo Alvarez, he gets to avoid them all? How does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. And you know what else makes no sense? Is once again, the fact that you have media members and you have so many fans that are trying to defend Canelo Alvarez for pulling this off, not fighting Jermall Charlo, not wanting to fight him, and having a problem with Jermall Charlo because he still is pursuing a Canelo Alvarez fight. I just scrolled across one article where the guy was like, I don't know why Jermall Charlo is trying to fight this guy. Some of these fans and these media members, they are trying their best to keep Canelo Alvarez from having to fight Jermall Charlo. So they're trying to alleviate as much pressure as possible when it comes to Canelo and the WBC pulling off this ridiculous move. I think Jermall Charlo, he should continue to pursue Canelo Alvarez. He should show up at all of Canelo Alvarez's fights. He should force Canelo Alvarez to eventually get in the ring with him. If you're a real boxing fan, you should want to see the best fights available. You should want to see the best fight the best. There's no reason for you to say, oh, I don't want to see this guy, Charlo, get in the ring with Canelo, because we know deep down what that means when you say it. Deep down, you fear that Charlo may have a chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. But I look at it this way. Once again, if you're a real boxing fan, win, lose, or draw, you should want to see the best fights. If Jermall Charlo is a bum like some of you guys say he is, okay, well, Canelo should get in the ring and show people that he's this bum. Knock him out like he's nothing. Beat him easy. Beat him the way Canelo beat Rocky Fielding. That would show that he's a bum, right? The funny thing is, when Canelo Alvarez was fighting against Rocky Fielding, none of these same fans called Rocky Fielding a bum. You see how good that Hope Insurance is? Even Rocky Fielding is covered with the Hope Insurance. He doesn't get called a bum by these Canelo fans, but yet they're calling Jermall Charlo a bum. How does that work? We know what time it is. But anyway, man, we'll see what happens in this situation right here. Like I said, Jermall Charlo, he should keep chasing after Canelo Alvarez. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.